In all my ACCA videos, I always say that ACCA opens up diverse career options for you, not just only in India but across the globe as well. In today's webinar, we have with us Mr. Rehan Patel, who is an ACCA affiliate, an ex-KPMG, ex-GT, ex-BDO, who has now successfully transformed from India to Ireland with the ACCA qualification. Get to know that how this qualification is a pathway for you to explore international career opportunities. So, welcome aboard, Rehan, and thank you so much for sparing out the time to motivate students at the Wall Street School to join this winner of a qualification. So,
Thank you,
very
Shilpi.
quickly,
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me also. Uh, it's a pleasure to help ACCA students get their dream job or get their dream career started. Uh, so yeah, just to introduce myself, uh, as she's already mentioned, I'm an ACCA member and I've moved to Ireland 1 year ago. So this webinar is just to let you all know the journey of how I made a switch from India to Ireland, because mostly people don't exactly know the realities when it comes to getting a job abroad or moving abroad, etc. So, if any one of y'all are interested in uh, going or moving abroad, not just to Ireland, but to any country, I think the procedure would be very similar. So
absolutely.
it would be an informative session for y'all, I think.
I think, Rehan, it's also very important to understand that, once you enroll for an international qualification like ACCA, students tend to feel that, their journey is going to be very smooth. Students tend to feel that, probably straight away I will, probably get a job in KPMG, UK, or Singapore or Dubai for that matter. But, in all honesty, that really doesn't happen. You have to work your way up. So there is a
Right.
path. There is, there are strategies that you can follow. So that is something that, we really want to communicate to the students that ऐसा नहीं होता that, you've done the qualification and KPMG UK is going to hire you directly. No, it doesn't happen like that. So then what would practically be the pathway is what we will be discussing today. But before that, take us through your journey. Take us, what really triggered you in your early life, that, how you really started off with your ACCA, who told you about ACCA, and why you literally started off your journey as an ACCA student first.
Right. So I started off with pursuing a bachelor's in accounting and finance, and I was quite young at that time. Probably all must be at that age right now. Uh, the first year I enjoyed my life. I knew that uh, like I just have to enjoy college life, this and that. In the second year, it hits you that okay, this is not going to get me anywhere, because you realize that the learning out here is there's a vast difference in the practical learning and the theoretical learning. So then I started exploring my opportunities of doing an additional degree. I didn't want to do the regular CA because it doesn't give you that flexibility right now, and I wasn't that inclined towards studying so much for a chartered accountancy degree. So I went on to pursue ACCA. Now, at that time, I had no idea how big a qualification this is, because I started off with like just as a side degree. Okay, let's just try it out. And here I am, obviously. But now, like how Shilpi mentioned, once you complete ACCA, it is not that you're going to get a job abroad directly. You have to go through the hardships, struggles, everything. So I'll just briefly tell you all how I got about it. Now, I started ACCA in 2017 when I was in the second year of my bachelor's degree. And by the time I was about to complete my bachelor's, I secured a job in Grand Thornton before even completing my graduation. That
Wow. And
was,
how was that? Like, was it a campus placement? Did you actually, apply online? Like, how did you,
yes.
land up in GT? That's such a
So
big.
it was a campus placement kind of thing where that was the first time they actually gave opportunities to ACCA students to get into audit. So I was one of the first ACCA students to get into Grant Thornton at that time, and there were no there were no rules and regulations for ACCA trainees how there are for CAs. So it was everything which was still in a developing phase in Grant Thornton at that time. Now companies obviously they have that we'll give you these study leaves, we'll give you this and that. At that time there was nothing like that. We had to literally ask them that we need these many study leaves, it's our exam time, etc. So yeah, that's how. So April 2019, I completed my graduation and I took a joining date of May 2019 for Grant Thornton. I worked there for a good period of say 8-9 months till December, and I still had four professional papers left with me for ACCA.
Okay, and that is, I
So
think, a very important point to note here as well, that, for a preliminary job, for a starting level job, also, you should at least complete the skills level paper of ACCA with
right,
your graduation. And that's where, the real charm, the real opportunities start kicking in. Like Rehan got into a job just after having finished his skills level. He was still, pursuing graduation. He still had his professional level papers left. But yes, opportunities start kicking in. So that is, the
right.
beauty of qualification. So
And
then what about after that?
one more important thing what interviews look at, uh, they see how dedicated you are. Like if you are able to complete 9 papers along with your graduation, that shows your dedication or that you have a quality of dedication in you.
Yes.
So they know that even in the work life, you will be dedicated and put your hours accordingly. So
Absolutely. I think that is something which is again, a good taker for the students who are still pursuing their graduation. That only graduation is not going to be sufficient. And we all know that, right? The kind of competition which is out there in the market. So, yes, you need to club it with a professional qualification like ACC. So, by the time you graduate, you're not just having a BCom or a BAF on you, you have coupled it or at least are pursuing it with a professional qualification, and that is what makes a real difference between just a BCom and BCom with a professional qualification. Please proceed,
yeah.
Rehan. Tell us, what were your key learnings at Grant Thornton, and then what really happened after GT.
So in GT, I was directly put into an audit team, and as you all know that the work-life balance and audit goes up and down, and here and there, you start early, you finish late, etc. But uh, that was also a learning point for me that I came to know how much people are struggling just to get that one job, and like what are the struggles people go through just to get successful in their life. And being doing that and now working here, I know that that was very important for me because now I feel that working a 9 to 5 abroad is like a cakewalk.
Absolutely, because you've
Because
been there, you've done that, you've had that drilling process done. So you
right,
are
so I
very
feel it's very
strong.
important to go through that also. Not obviously a toxic work environment. If you have work, you can sit and finish it out. Like just be there for the team. That struggling phase is also very important, and nowadays students feel that we don't want to do that because of like for whatever reason the mindset has changed completely. But I feel a couple of months, like 4 to 6 months of that struggling phase, will make your life much easier at a later stage when you don't have to struggle that much anymore. So
Perfect. So then what
moving
really happened after like GT? Why did you, plan to move out of GT? What really happened after that? When did you finish your professional level papers?
Yeah, so December 2019 was my last professional level paper, and I got an offer from BDO at that time. So from Jan 2020, I joined BDO. And luckily, the day I joined BDO was I got my result for the last paper.
Oh,
So
wow.
uh, at on that date itself, I told BDO that, okay, now I'm an affiliate. You need to, uh, I negotiated my salary with them at that point itself.
On the very first day of your job, you're asking for a, for a
No, that was
renegotiation of the salary.
that was a part of the contract itself. I told them as soon as I become an affiliate, I want a raise.
You want
So
a
I
raise.
think
So, that is, I think, again, very important, because you know
right,
that once you become qualified, you are ready for the next level. You're ready for an increment from a roles perspective, from a salaries perspective. So that is the kind of value add completing the qualification brings to the table. That's absolutely,
yeah.
right.
And you need to be confident with your qualification. If you've said you're an ACCA affiliate, you cannot get paid the same that a normal graduate is getting paid. You need to put yourself there and show them what you have and
Yes.
ask for it. Okay, nobody is going to offer it to you uh, सामने से. You have to be there and be confident, like, I have done this, I want what I deserve. Okay,
Absolutely. I
but
think
that
obviously no employer would come up and, say to you that, I think you need a raise. It's you
right.
who has to fight for your own credentials, for your own capabilities, and what you bring to the table, for the organization.
Right.
So
And that
absolutely
doesn't
right.
mean you ask for something which is out of the band. You can obviously research and see how much other people are getting paid and then accordingly put your request forward.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so moving into BDO, 2020, I moved into BDO. Uh, I worked there for a year and a half. COVID came in. I worked from home. Uh, After a while, we started going to a client place where we were provided with transportation, cab fares, everything. So because the client requested us to be at his location, so that was also in statutory audit. I've done uh, a very big audit in BDO, which was a US listed company. So that was a very big learning for me at that time. Then I realized that in BDO, at that time also BDO was one of the first people to getting ACCAs hired or taking them
Yes.
into trainee positions. So at that time also there was a, I shouldn't say this, but there were partial with CA articles and ACCA trainees that we don't know much this that. But I think all those barriers have been crossed right now, and uh, there is no partiality between ACCA and CAs anymore.
Absolutely. I
So
mean, if you look at, the kind of opportunities that are out there, majorly by Big Fours or Big Tens of the world, they always put up, BCom is like a preliminary basic entry level. And then at a senior level, it's always CA oblique ACCA. So that is
right,
the kind of, the recognition that the qualification gets
right.
across
And
in India as well as across the globe.
this CA slash ACCA wasn't there when I joined GT and BDO. It has right now. They've started putting ACCA together in the job description. Before it wasn't like that. So cracking a job at that time was difficult. But right now you'll have plenty of opportunities which are similar to CA students.
Yes, and that's precisely why I wanted to show the students the career opportunities, page first. Because when you have the conviction that yes, you're getting into a qualification that can open up multiple doors for you, that is where the excitement about the qualification, the actual dedication that the qualification requires, that is where it comes from. It's not easy. So that is something that all need to understand. We say that it's more flexible and probably more doable than CA, but it's not easy. It's not, we can't pitch it like an easy qualification. So
Yeah,
that is
you
something
that
that,
is not possible.
yes, yes.
If you ask me, I used to study for 8 hours a day.
See,
Uh, I had my college in the morning. I used to come home. I used to study for 8 hours a day, at least 20 days before the paper. Every day, I used to study for 8 hours a day. I used to complete my exam kit at least thrice before the paper.
and these are
So,
very important things that students need to know, that it's not an easy qualification that you're getting into.
yeah,
It's like a globally recognized qualification. So the rigor of the exam is definitely going to be there, and we have to put in that amount of effort that professional qualification requires.
right. So,
Wonderful.
One of the students has asked me if I started online or offline. So when I started off, there was no online teaching at all. I started in 2017, no COVID, no Zoom, no Google Meet. Okay, so it was completely offline at that time. Right now, I've seen classes offering offline and online.
As
I
well as
don't
online.
see I don't see much of a difference, but being the conventional student which I was earlier, I still prefer an offline mode.
Absolutely. And that's why, we here at the Wall Street School are actually providing offline classes in Delhi and Mumbai
Yeah,
because, you require that eye contact, you require that, that training, the trainer being physically present. So you are also there physically and mentally in the class. It's a professional qualification in today's, so much world of distractions. One reel comes and there goes the entire online class.
yeah.
So yes, we want the students to be there present in the class. So that is
And
certainly, something that
uh,
is required.
if you all don't know, ACCA had all written papers before the COVID came in.
So when
Okay.
I did my ACCA, when I had like pen and paper
Yeah.
exams.
So I still prefer those pen and paper exams over an online exam anytime. But obviously, as we progress, things
Yes.
have changed and we have to adapt to those things also. But yeah, moving forward, my time in BDO was very good. I've done a couple of nice audits. I've done Wokhart Hospital audit and a few US listed companies. So that gave me the exposure of what the real world audit looks like. In GT, I was just a trainee doing small tasks here and there, but at that time, I was giving more responsibilities uh, and more tasks to be completed.
I think with experience, with qualification, obviously, your responsibilities, your KRA tends to obviously, improve.
Right.
Can I do ACCA with SOL BCom? Yes, absolutely, Anshu. You can do BCom. In fact, for
You
SOL
should do it.
students,
It's not
yes,
can I do, you should do it,
you
I
should
feel.
do it. And you actually get, exemptions also on the basis of your graduation right now, which was not there when at the time when Rehan graduated, it was not there at the time when I graduated my ACCA. So in today's, time, students who are pursuing graduation, in fact, they can get up to 5 paper conditional exemptions in ACCA, really putting them on the fast track route. So you've only got like 8 papers to appear for. And also, there's a huge scholarship benefit that we pass on to the students. So it's really, something that graduation students should definitely consider.
Right.
So,
So,
Rehan, what after that then?
yeah, let's move on. Now, I was in statutory audit for around 2.5 years. I thought early years of my career, let's explore other opportunities. So, I joined another company after working 1.5 year in BDO. Obviously, they were giving me a better package. You know when to take the right jump when someone is offering you a 50%, 60% hike, and you want that profile, why not? Just go for it. Okay, you're in
Absolutely.
your early stage of your career. You don't have to stick to one company for 10 years and uh, work hard. Obviously, work hard, but select the
It's not
right
like that you
time
have to
to
be
take the
there
right jump.
forever. Yes.
Yeah. And
And
obviously,
when
you all are
opportunity
saying,
comes in, it's very important to take that opportunity also.
and you should know if that opportunity is going to take you somewhere else or uh, giving you that growth opportunity, growth perspective in your later life. So obviously, I took that opportunity. I was like, okay, let's try out internal audit right now. So I moved into an internal audit department, and again, luckily in that company, they didn't have an internal audit department, so I was given the whole and sole responsibility to set up an internal audit department in that company. Now, I was what around 23, 24 at that time. So I was given 2 or 3 trainees with me to set up that internal audit department. Those trainees were also ACCA. Okay, just by the way. And so we started working on things. I was working closely with the CFO of the company. Okay, we are doing this, we are doing that. This is how I plan to take it forward, etc. But unfortunately, then I got an offer from KPMG, something which I always wanted, accounting advisory. So I didn't look back. I just told the CFO, like, okay, I think I need to, and it was for US and UK clients. So that gave me an advantage of, okay, if I
Getting
need to
that
move
international
abroad,
exposure.
yeah, if I
Yes.
need to move abroad. So I thought 5 years down the line, at that moment, that if I want to move abroad, the internal audit experience is not going to help me because this is just in India. If I take up clients which are in the US and UK, I can, if I want to move abroad, I can show the interviewee that, okay, I know things about these clients and how things work there.
That's
So,
exactly, what I was raising in the first place. That it's not going to be like, that somebody there in the UK wants you directly just after having finished your ACCA. What you bring to the table, what experience do you have, that why should somebody, sitting in the US probably or the UK probably should hire you? So that comes with experience. It's a roadmap, it's a pathway that everybody needs to follow. So then
yeah.
you
And
grab this great opportunity at KPMG.
yeah. Now,
Wonderful.
starting in KPMG, I slowly, I started realizing that, okay, they are not going to send me anywhere from here. It is just that I have to learn everything possible out here and push myself forward to take the leap and to go out there and explore. Because it's a harsh reality, but all these GDS and KGS and all of these, they will never send you abroad. Okay.
So tell me, like you obviously, migrated to the Ireland then. So what profile are you presently working for? And in which organization? Just help the students a little bit in terms of your present profile now.
Yeah. So currently, I'm again into audit. Obviously, I came to a new country, didn't have that much of an option to explore because there are some visa restrictions I have to follow at least for a couple of years, and then I can explore. But right now, I'm again into statutory audit out here, working in a local Irish company, small size company, 20 people, four partners. I work closely with the partners, with the clients, etc. So it's a very good experience for me to learn all like how we have in India the taxation system, the auditing system, the financial reporting. So now I have learned everything about the Irish system because I am solely handling all of the clients alone. Like out here, there is no trainee and someone like I'm not the manager and someone who I have under me who's the trainee who's doing the groundwork. Out here, everyone is responsible for everything. Like there is no hierarchy system out here.
Right. I think that is also something very important for students to understand, that when you relocate to a different country, you have to be ready for your fair share of struggles also, for your
Right.
fair share of hard work also that is going to require. And it's not going to be all a bed of roses, but yes, slowly and gradually, as you are, you hang in there, you get accustomed to their way of doing things, and you join organizations, become part of it. You know that slowly and gradually growth is going to hit. Definitely, that is something which is going to fall in place. So yes, there is a methodology, and that is precisely what we should all understand, that this is something which will be, which the qualification will offer to you. But yes, there is a process, there is a pathway to it. And that
Yeah.
something is, the kind of opportunity that I've already shown you. That is what ultimately, could be what you're looking for. Is this something that excites you? Is this the kind of hardship that you're really, willing to undertake? Not just only in India, but then when you eventually go abroad also. Yes, you have to, do your fair share of work. So I remember when I was in the UK, I was pursuing my ACCA from London itself. So yes, I used to be a full-time student, do part-time job at a bank, manage home, manage work. At that time, there were, exams that used to happen every 6 months, and we used to give like four exams in one cycle of 6 months. So managing everything, and then once I qualified, I got, like a full-time job in the UK itself. So yes, there are pathways, and everybody's journey is going to be different. I know of my students who have done their ACCA, moved into Big Fours, and Big Fours offer them secondments, send them outside India also. So yes, there are success stories, and here at the Wall Street School with this webinar series, this is exactly what my endeavor is, to show you the real life successes, the real life stories of students who have been there, done that, and how practically they have done that. And believe you me, everybody's story, everybody's journey is going to be different. So there is no fixed one formula that everybody needs to copy paste. No,
Right.
everybody has to, prepare their own pathway. But then, yes, these are key learnings that we are taking. That, okay, this is also one of the ways in which, I can establish myself as a professional, be it in India, or if you're looking for career opportunities outside India also, then this is probably the way you need to navigate yourself through. I think it was much, much helpful, Rehan. Your journey has been inspirational for a lot of students.
I
And
just want to add in one more thing.
yes,
I
please,
just
Rehan.
forgot to mention that I didn't come here directly on a job. I came here as a master's student, okay? So I have also been through the struggles which
Yes,
Shilpi has gone through. So it is not very easy to get a job sitting in India, directly applying for jobs abroad. You need to, obviously, as she mentioned, everyone has a separate path. You can get a job directly also. But this is one of the ways I thought of and I came here. So everyone has their own stories.
yes.
I think this was just a gap in the conversation. I just moved directly to that I'm working in this company, but I was just telling you all how I got to Ireland.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Rehan, for being so insightful, being so open, so honest about the entire journey. And yes, this is exactly the kind of pathway that we want to showcase to the students. That yes, these are the opportunities, and this is how you can gather these opportunities as well. So, guys, please ask if you have any questions. If you would like to know more about the qualification, how the Wall Street School supports the students, their offline, online classes, the exemptions that you might be eligible for, the scholarship that we offer to our ACCA students, please feel free to reach out to the team here. I will be sharing a link in the WhatsApp group itself. Fill in your details, and the team will surely reach out to you. That's it. Then thank you so much, Rehan, for your time. And it was really insightful. And sincere thanks to you on behalf of the Wall Street School. Thanks,
Thank you. Thank
Rehan.
you so much for
Thank you,
having me
everyone.
also. Thank you, everyone, for joining in.
Thank you, guys.